McDonald. Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. Well, I had the best weekend ever, you guys. It ended the 2.5+ weeks of me celebrating my birthday, and I'm so glad I did it. And I went to Surf and Sand Resort in Laguna, and there's June gloom at the beach, and I purposely did not look up the 7-day weather report because I thought if I see that it's gloomy, it's going to bum me out, and I'm going no matter what. So I prepared for it to be gloomy, and then I'm driving, and all of a sudden, the sun just broke, and it was absolutely perfect sunny weather all day Friday and Saturday. My sister was there. My 2 other friends, Maya and Noelle, were there, and we went out to dinner, and we went to Mastro's, which is pretty juicy. Something juicy happened there. Dr. Drew and his wife, Susan Pinsky, visited me at the Mastro's. Everybody was wearing masks. They were very strict. The rules, the places I went, a lot of people say, oh, Orange County doesn't care. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks? So I'm glad I went. I was careful, and I had a freaking blast. And so the best was I had my sister take a photo of me coming out of the water to make it look like paparazzi, and send it to Kelly, and she put some TMZ on there. And that post was really well received. I think most people knew it was a joke. However, I don't know that they did. But I basically said, I just want one day alone at the beach at Surf and Sand Resort in Laguna, California. And I really don't want anyone bothering me tonight when I go to Mastro's in Newport at 8 p.m. Please do not approach me. And one Juicy Scooper, thank God, did approach me. She was there having dinner, and she was a Patreon member. And I will tell you more about my weekend that you'll want to hear about on Patreon this Friday. But I'm really excited because I have a great, really funny guest. We just recorded the episode. He's hilarious, and he's a writer and for comedy and a filmmaker, but he just kind of blew up on the internet for doing these really funny impressions of obscure things and situations. So I reached out to him, and he's coming on, and everybody, please welcome Jordan Firstman. I'm excited to have a new hilarious guest on. Hopefully he'll be hilarious. I discovered him because he does this really funny impression of kind of just different things I've ever seen. And it's Jordan Firstman. Look him up, follow him on Instagram. He's an adorable, he is not, you describe yourself as a closeted gay man.
Closeted gay
in your
filmmaker, yeah.
In your bio, which I love. Again, love that. So the thing that caught my eye was the banana bread publicist. And can you just sort of describe your thought process? Because it's just a really funny new way of doing comedy that I absolutely love, where you're kind of, if an inanimate object had a personality and a life. And I just think it's so clever.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of, I like to call them impressions of ideas.
Yeah.
And because they're not impressions of specific people a lot. Sometimes a couple times each round I'll do a specific character, a basic woman or someone that I've seen in real life. But I don't know, I only started doing them 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was just doing them on my stories for fun, and some people were liking them, but it was not enough for me to think it was anything. And then I posted the first round, and they just did really well. And then I just kept doing them. And by the time I got to you, Banana Bread Publicist, I had already had I already thought it had peaked. The impressions had peaked, because I think that was I call them seasons, but that was season 7, and basically Ariana Grande discovered them very early.
So Ariana Grande is kind of boosted you more than what Juicy Scoop is going to boost you. Are you trying to say that?
I'm trying to say
that's okay. I like her. I'm a high pony.
I think that intellectually you're doing better than Ariana Grande did, because we're meeting face to face. Ariana is just a digital person in my life.
Oh, okay, great.
But yeah, no, that one was really crazy because it just happened. I was on my phone, and then all of a sudden I was getting all of these comments tagging Ariana
Okay, let's
Grande.
just
Can
you just do a little bit of the bit, okay? So banana bread, everyone's obviously making banana bread, talking about banana bread. And you come on as Banana Bread's publicist. So can you just do a little of it, add to it, take a little away? It doesn't have to be perfect.
I don't even know it, but it's like, hey, BB, how's it going? Are you sitting down? Well, how would you like to be Time Magazine's Person of the fucking Year? That's all I'll do.
Oh my God, it's so funny. He's like, that's right, we did it, bitch. We got a bunch of people to stay home, got a bunch of fucking rotten bananas.
Yeah, it's basically the idea is that this publicist orchestrated all of Corona to make banana bread famous again.
Her client.
Yeah, her client.
And then also, then you're like, pumpkin pie called me, and I'm like, bitch, I'm not helping you. Call me in 4 months.
Can't work on that right now. I'm too busy. Too busy, girl.
And I just died because I think anybody, including Ariana, anyone that's ever had a publicist, it's like they're blowing up your ego for the moment until you stop paying them, and they're like,
yep.
But it's always like, bitch,
Yeah.
you got it, girl.
You're a fucking rock star.
Yeah.
I mean, that character is very much based on an agent that I know.
That you had?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like to a T, but like the agent at a 10 would be that way. She'd be like, me and my ex used to like have this. I won't even say who any of these people are, but like we'd be like, okay, are you sitting down? I have good news and bad news. Bad news is everyone you just met with died. They're dead because they loved you so fucking much. Good news is you sold the fucking show.
Oh my God, I love it. It's so dumb. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that one was such a weird one because there I am.
There you are, as the publicist.
I really didn't. I almost didn't post that one because I was like, it's stupid. Like, it's stupid. And then I was like, whatever, I'll just like throw it in like the middle of the round. And then for some reason that one just like took off because that one also. Katy Perry posted that to her main page.
Ugh, when you get a main page post, you might as well die, bitch.
I know.
Bitch, you're sitting down.
I was dead.
Not a story.
Yeah.
Not a mention. Not a
main
tag.
page post being like, follow Jordan Firstman. It was crazy. And then came Chrissy Teigen, which maybe is how you found it.
I don't know. I don't remember who I saw it on. I just was like, I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this is so brilliant and just like silly and funny and it was great.
I feel like it was kind of this perfect storm with all the impressions because they just came at a time when like we were actually in quarantine and like people had to be home all the time.
Yeah.
And it was just like felt
it was
so
a perfect
weird
storm,
and dark.
Just like the rise of banana bread.
Exactly.
It was a perfect storm. Exactly how
the
you
banana bread's
described it.
publicist rose like banana bread. But yeah, I mean, I think people just like needed something happy and like silly and like stupid.
My other favorite thing that you did is he puts himself just in a closet, like in between clothes, and you're a piece of clothing that your owner has no interest in wearing, and I just do a little of that. I don't even
remember that one.
I do. You're like, okay, honestly, like he's wearing the ugliest outfit again. Those sweatpants, no offense, are not cute.
Right.
And then you look over to like a shirt and you're like, bitch, don't even talk to me. Like he's worn you so many times.
Yeah,
You've
like
been here
I
for
have
10
never
years.
been worn.
Yeah.
And he paid $200 for me. It's like, why am I alive?
Why did you even bother? Why are you fucking teasing me, taking me out of this? I'm adding to it. But why did you tease me off the shelves of Nordstrom to think I was going to have this great life and go out and have fun? And instead I'm in this moldy closet. Like you could just go on.
Honestly, my
forever.
life would be better at the store right now.
It really would.
I wish I had never been bought.
Yeah, like an owner. Like, yes, it's so true. Like the life that you're going to give.
Now I have like 60 friends where like at the store I had like hundreds of friends. Of like all different varieties,
right?
And women and men. Now it's just men.
I got to see other people
like, I'm
than
just
this
around
person.
Guys all day.
Yeah, and got to see this another person. Yes, I love it. It's so funny. And then you also did what I loved was the publicist for the Black Box.
Yeah.
the black box that everybody was told to put on their page in honor of Black Lives Matter. And then, as you guys know, then they said, no, don't put that, or you're tagging it wrong, or, oh, God, now we're in trouble again. And and you were the publicist for the black box.
Yeah, I posted that fucking black box and went to bed.
You yourself did. Jordan did. Okay.
And then I woke up and it was like everyone wanted to kill me. Like, everyone wanted me dead.
What were they saying?
They were just like, take this down, take this down. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I slept. I'm sorry I went to bed. And I mean, like, I get it. I totally understand what it was doing. And like, I think the Publicist character kind of like owns up to what happened anyway. It was like, we didn't really think about what we were doing. We just wanted to like do something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And so now we're all these white people who do the bare minimum.
And and then you're like, and when, I mean, I'm so sorry, because when I saw you before the movie credits, after the movie ended, I was like, that black box is a star. She's going to have her moment. I'm sorry this wasn't your moment. Like,
yeah, that one I'm like, now that I'm like so many into the impressions I like to do, that one I think is the same Publicist.
Oh yeah,
I think she represents
I think
both
the
of those
Publicist
people.
just has to keep coming back. I think
yeah.
that's my favorite.
Yeah. I wanted to do there was one I thought of doing about like just sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like saying no to her because their sandwiches doesn't need a publicist.
Right.
Like, everyone fucking loves me already. Like, there is no more press I can get. I am like the thing.
You've been around forever.
I've been around forever. Like, I have so many different iterations. Like, every country uses me in a different way. Like, I am it. Like, I don't need you.
Yes, you should do it. You should do it like a split screen. Okay, because I want to do one with you. Okay, I want to go to jump right now. One of the things that I think is that Brussels sprouts has been really it. Like, when we grew up as kids, that was like a sad thing that you would have to eat. Mm-hmm. Then it became really happening about 10 years ago. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
And now cauliflower, I feel, is moving in on its territory.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to get in on your comedy, and I'll be taking the role of cauliflower, and you are Brussels sprouts.
Great.
And we're back in the kitchen, and they're like working on a new menu, and I'm feeling myself.
Okay.
So, oh, hi. Didn't think I'd still see you there. It's just I feel like you're like,
yeah,
we're kind of over it. Well, I'm freaking rocking it. People are paying like $27 for a cauliflower steak, just to have half of me.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So,
I mean, just so you know, like, I'd say I had like 2012 to 2017.
Okay.
And just know that it will go. It will go. So enjoy the moment. No, seriously, enjoy the moment.
I am.
Enjoy it. Have your labna dip, whatever you need to do to feel good.
Do you even know what they're doing with me and golden raisins and curry right now?
Bitch, I created having golden raisins in me.
You did?
You can never even have a sweet glaze. Like, you just don't even work with a sweet glaze.
I work with some really great spices, and I work cold and I work hard. No one can eat you hard.
Bitch, have you ever had a shaved Brussels salad?
Bitch,
with a sweet balsamic glaze? I created cold and hot. I created being able to be eaten cold and hot.
Yeah, but you have to cut you up and mix you up in a salad dressing. No one's going to take a whole a whole Brussels sprout and
no
eat
one's
it.
going to take a whole cauliflower. Bitch, you belong in Ralph's with the ranch dip and like the carrots.
I'm actually feeling like attacked right now.
You are being attacked.
And I'm pretty new to the restaurant, and a lot of people are making me, like, they're getting rid of buffalo wings and making me their buffalo wings.
Yeah.
And frying me up, and like I'm making it to Super Bowl parties.
No, I think it's cool. I think that part of you is cool, that you're making people eat less meat. Like, I never did that. And that was something I always wanted to do.
No, you, like, go with me. Like, yours what
I'm a side with meat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't actually work if there's no meat in the kind of course selection. So I get it. And that
and also,
I will give
no
you
offense, I feel like people think they're being healthy by getting you, but now people are putting like bacon and like cheese and shit
in sugar
and like frying you.
Yeah.
And
no, I'm not healthy.
It's just a bullshit.
I actually never claimed to be healthy.
It's a bullshit identity, honestly.
I always knew to be taken seriously I was going to have to be unhealthy. And so when people started saying I was healthy, I was like, okay, do what you want to make yourself feel comfortable. But like me personally, I know that I am horrible for your body.
Okay.
So I had self-awareness always.
Well, now I'm starting to feel like weird because I'm white.
Yeah.
And I never really get tan. Like even when they broil me.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of getting nervous now about other vegetables that are more colorful. Like, have you heard that like carrots are like purple now?
Yeah, rainbow carrots. Yeah.
I mean, I can't compete
Honestly,
with that. But I did see a purple one of me recently.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I don't know how she turned purple.
Cool. They look cool.
Like, I'm like, okay, fine, dye yourself. That's weird. Like,
No, listen,
I want to be natural.
I think that you just need to like focus on you right now.
Okay.
Don't look around. Like, don't look to your left. Don't look to your right. And honestly, enjoy the moment because it's not gonna. I'm telling you, it's not gonna last.
So, what should I do to just take advantage of every opportunity? Like, right now we're making cauliflower like risotto. We're doing cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, I think
we're doing
think
like a lot of different cauliflower stuff with me right now.
Keep working on that pizza. It's not quite there yet. And we all really want it to be there. We're all rooting for the pizza.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because I kind of feel like, I have to say, like, I just feel like this year's been really hard. And like, I see other vegetables in like these restaurants that are just opening up again. And they're looking at me like side eye.
Yeah.
Because I am everywhere.
Yeah.
And because I was just like this sad 70s like dip that like your grandparents had at a party.
Ebbs and flows.
And now everyone's like, okay, cauliflower, like you think you're all it.
Yeah.
You're like a white bitch. You're a fucking Karen of the vegetables.
Yeah. And
I didn't really ask for this.
Yeah.
I know I just was like, I started out being a little cocky with you, but now I'm like, I see it. I'm humbled.
Yeah.
I'm going to do better.
Yeah. Embrace the journey. Work hard. All you have to do is work hard. I will say, kill that pizza. You need to do that.
Okay.
You need to really get that pizza into a better place. And then I think you have staying power. But it's going to take some work.
Okay. Thank you, Russell. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Here whenever you need.
Oh my God, I love it so much. It's so funny. My other favorite one is Jesus talking to God. Look, I was raised Catholic. I know I love kind of not making fun, because whatever, but yes, making fun of like what those conversations were about. Like one of my first stand-up bits, I think it was in my first special, was as a kid growing up, there was a story about Jesus, and he was 13, and he was gone all day, and Mary was like freaking out. And she finally found him, and he was speaking to the elders in the church, and she was like, oh my God, Jesus, like I was completely worried about you. Where were you? And he says to her, woman, don't you know who I am?
Oh.
And I was like, woman? Like, I got knocked up at 15 without ever having sex to give birth to you. Thank God your stepfather didn't give a shit, and he's still around, St. Joseph.
Yeah.
And now you're going to like pop off
stepdad?
to me? Well, Joseph.
I had no idea that. I don't know the Bible that well.
You don't?
I make fun of it, but I don't know it that well.
She was marrying Joseph, but Joseph knew that the baby wasn't his.
Okay, gotcha.
But it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if this is true, but I always thought Joseph was like the patron saint of stepfathers, but that I just created myself. Anyway, I was always like, excuse me, like, how dare you speak to me? And as a kid, I thought he was being rude to his mom, calling her woman. And so I love that you did another bit about Jesus knocking on his dad's door, his office door.
Yeah.
God. Because Jesus, it's been really hard these last few months with just the phone's off the hook. Phone is off the hook for Jesus.
Yeah. And he has to sort through all of the prayers and give them to God. Because he doesn't have the power to answer the prayers.
Right.
And God is. I did another impression of God earlier on.
Yes, tell me.
Where he's like basically being like, I'm here for you, my children. And then like as he's talking to humans,
the world,
his plumber comes. And then he leaves frame. God leaves frame, and the impression is God the second before Corona started. So he's like, "I'm here for you," and then he goes in the kitchen to like work with the plumber, and he's like, "It's just like not draining right." And then like so the second half of the impression is just like a background, like God has left the picture, and he's just talking to the plumber for the whole second half of the impression.
That's so funny. And it's so like for people that do know, there are saints in Catholicism, and there's the saint like with, Saint, I think it is Saint Joseph, like it helps you sell your house if you take a little statue and put it upside down and bury it in your backyard.
Religion is so fucked.
And then another one is Saint Anthony is when you lose something. So if you and you pray to Saint Anthony, and I was just with my friend this weekend and I couldn't find my wallet, but I put it in a different purse because I was gone for 2 days. So I brought several purses. And she was like, it's okay. She goes, we're going to find it. And then I found it like a few minutes later. And she's like, yeah, I prayed to Saint Anthony. I'm like,
that's
this
what
is
it
just
was.
like,
Yeah, not you putting it in a different purse.
No.
I love that they just made it. I mean, it's such good business. It's like, oh, we'll make all of these things for like every like day-to-day thing you need in your life.
Yeah.
And then like you'll have to use our service. It's so fun. I mean, I really like, I like thinking about religion and making fun of religion, and I want to keep doing that because it's so insane to me. Like,
well, for me it is too, and I believe in it, and I don't find it offensive. I think I love it. That's the whole point, is like relating to today, whether it's, and it's all based all in good. It's all the same of being a good person, but the stories and stuff can be so fun, because we've all grown up or heard them, and to apply it to today is just like hilarious to me.
I just think it's so funny when they were like, Jesus did this specific thing, and it's like, no, how do you know? Like, no one knows that, like, Jesus did that, like, hit this rock. It's, like, so far
You don't know that.
like,
first of all, that video was edited.
Yeah. We can't prove what happened, like, last week. It's like, and we're taking this as the gospel of, like, Jesus said this one line. And it's like he's paraphrased.
There wasn't even dictation on your phone.
Yeah.
Our phones weren't even recording us back then. How did they
even
know what
you
they
explaining my impression is different than my impression.
Right, yeah.
So that's like then thousands of years.
Right. I added my own stuff
it's
to yours.
It's just more and more Heather
so
McDonald's explaining someone's impression.
And I'm just, I'm enhancing it to be more what because I love it, but it's what I would want.
Yeah. You're filtering it through your perspective, which is what the Bible writers were doing.
Yes.
And then the second Bible writers and the third Bible writers, they're like, I like that part, but like I have a few notes. Yes. And so I'm going to make it like more my version.
Oh my God, that is so funny. That's so true. And even like you did something about like the Princess and the Pea and going to the Court of Royals. And I was like telling Kelly, because I go, that's one of those stories I remember my mom telling me. And what it is, it's just a fairy tale. What is the point? It was that the girl, they put a pea, they didn't realize, they weren't sure if she was a real princess or not.
So she was like trash.
Okay.
She was like a trash princess, and then she came to like rich people land.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, she's not real, and so the only way to prove that has like delicacy and like is as sensitive as a princess would be is to put a pea under 20 mattresses, and if she feels it, then she's a real princess.
And then the next morning she wakes up and she's like, I had the worst night's sleep in my life. There was like a bump in my back.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, then you are a princess.
Oh, right. I think actually what happens is like maybe the first night is one mattress, and then they keep getting more and more, and she just keeps feeling them.
Yes.
So my take was like, guys, like, I feel the pee. Like, every night I feel the pee. Like, I don't get why we're still doing this. Like, if you need, like, your, like, hypothesis, like, we have proved that the bitch feels the pee. So let's, like, move forward. Like, if you don't want me to be the princess, like, I'll go. But, like, now you at least know that I'm here. Like,
yeah. I love that. Like, we need to move forward on this. So funny. Speaking of which, like, okay, so, let's do one more. Silk almond milk versus oat milk. This is starting to become a big controversy too. So who do you want to be? Oat milk or almond milk?
I mean, I prefer oat milk. I don't even know if I have a take on this.
I do.
Okay.
Oat milk is the newer milk.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know why.
Okay.
So I'll be almond then.
Then you'll be almond. Okay.
So.
Yeah, tell me what's going on. Why do you feel that
Okay, first of all, it was like so awesome about 8 years ago. Like every coffee shop was like, get us almond milk.
Yeah.
And people were like, we are not bothering cows. We're not like taking their milk when they're like kind of over breastfeeding. We're, giving, and it's delicious and you get this little nutty flavor. And then we fucking had a drought.
Yeah.
And then people were like, do you realize it takes like 12 gallons of water to grow one almond?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
I mean, I'm not going to say that's not true, but I was like, we didn't need to publicize that because
I think we did. We did. You had real world consequences. Your distribution was affecting the planet in a huge way. I think that you definitely needed to be called out and taken to task for what you were doing.
I know, but I don't. Okay, fine. But like, why did somebody suddenly just go, we can just get some like gross wheat and grind that up into milk? Who thought of that? I just want to know like how you even came about because where was oat milk?
Listen,
20 years ago.
It's evolution. It's we tried you. We thought you were the one, and then we realized that there were more consequences to benefits in you, and so they found me, oats, and they were like, "Oh, we could just grind them up and put a little water into them, and it actually is thicker and better tasting." So it's like they were killing two birds with one stone with me.
Mm. I kind of feel like I'm the YouTuber and you're the podcaster.
I might be TikTok even.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to cancel myself.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think again, you've had a good run. And we needed you. Yeah, we needed you so I could run. We needed almond milk to walk so oat milk could run.
All right.
And so you're part of the bigger plan. You're still valid and you're still worthy, but it's definitely going to be.
I just don't want my people at all because we have enough fucking shaming in this world.
Yeah.
If someone still wants to buy me,
yeah,
I don't need some bitch.
Yeah.
Saying how much water it takes to grow 1/4 of the bottle of me. Like there are places in the world that have plenty of rain.
Yeah.
Just and we're still doing fine.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to hear it. I can't.
It's just the business. I mean, if you want to get bought, you're going to have to listen to some people talk shit about you. You know that.
I know, but it's just.
There's going to be some haters out there.
Sometimes I want to be honest. I just want to fucking quit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sick of this shit.
But you have an obligation to kind of stick it through till the end.
Because there's still people. I still have fans. It's not as big.
Yeah.
Other people are like, you just need.
Some people like a very, very thin, disgusting flavor in their coffee when they could have me a rich, flavorful, gorgeous beverage.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So, you know what? I'm going to say something that my great-grandmother said to me, who was a regular milk.
Okay.
There's enough in this world, in this universe, for all of us to shine.
Totally.
It does not have to be one or the other.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't feel threatened.
Yeah. She was a great woman.
I should not feel threatened when there's like a coconut milk and an oat milk and a soy milk and an almond. Like, just because I was kind of like the bomb.
Yeah. You know what they say in coffee shops?
What?
Do you want to leave some room?
Yeah.
Just leave some room for everyone.
I
leave
know.
some room
I know.
for all the milks.
At least all the actresses that list what they're going to eat for the day, there's always a handful of almonds.
It's true.
Along with
true. So you'll always have. I mean, no one's eating a dry handful of oats. So you'll always have your solid life.
Thank you. I'll always be on that list in Us Weekly.
Yeah.
Of just like next to like a salmon lunch.
Yeah.
Around 4:00, handful of me.
Yeah. And then I'm on there too for the overnight oats, of course.
Oh, the overnight. God, I fucking forgot that's taken over the world.
Yeah.
When did you get that shit going?
We did that deal about 2 years ago. It took a long time for the deal to go through, but my
Why
lawyers
did it
are
take
amazing.
so long?
Just the deal, like the paperwork. It was the paperwork. My lawyers are incredible. That was 6 figures for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then just getting the word out of how you just put you in like a masonry jar. That made a big comeback too, masonry jars.
Yeah.
And then you just added water and just stuck you in the fridge, or do you leave it on your counter?
I don't know.
Kelly, what do you do? Fridge. Kelly says fridge.
It's the fridge.
Okay.
I let them do the work. I'm just here.
Now I almost feel like we just discovered something a little uncool here. I'm sorry. Like, did you even have a part of it? Like, I feel like your face was on it.
Oh, no.
And now you're basically admitting that you didn't write the cookbook. Like, you let people use your body.
Yeah. I'm a model. I thought that was clear. I'm just a model. Yeah, I'm not.
I thought you were like the owner, creator,
I'm not a
CEO.
creator. No. I have my team do that, but I am just the face of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Little Debbie's. Like that's that Little Debbie didn't create cake. Like someone created cake and put her on. I'm that for
okay.
Oats. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm happy just being hot. Like I don't need any more. I'm not like an intellectual.
Okay. I'm glad. Go on a yacht.
Yeah.
Go have some fun.
I am. Believe me.
Okay, let's talk about a couple pop culture things. Did you hear about this Bobby Burke deal? What happened?
I didn't, and I don't even know who that woman on the right is.
Well,
so
it's Aviva Drescher. She's a Real Housewives of New York.
No, really?
But not anymore. She was on for a couple years. She had one leg.
I'm actually a New York queen. Like I love New York, and I can't believe that I missed it. What season?
She only had one leg.
Oh, she's okay. I've seen the meme going around of her.
Yes.
Yeah,
the only thing fake about me is this leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love. Okay.
So Bobby Burke, who's a real delight, he is on Queer Eye. And he has his own line. Yes. Well, you think he's the forgotten one?
Kind of.
Oh, really? I thought he was the biggest star of it.
No.
Anyway.
No. It goes.
He does the most work, though. He does the most work of the show.
I think that is when you watch the show, you're like, poor Bobby, he has to do all the work.
Yeah.
And Karama's just like, how are you?
Yeah.
And he's like building full houses, and Karama's like, do you like yourself? And that's his entire
They just
time.
sit on like a park bench and like have like a nice scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a mother? Bobby is
like
hammer.
getting wallpaper.
Yeah.
So I had him on the show. I loved him. And I guess he did an interview. And at one time before Queer Eye, he had his own studio with furniture and design center. And he said, I'm not going to say who, but a Real Housewife came on and said she wanted me to be on the show and be featured on the show decorating her place. And he was so busy. He's like, I really don't need it. And she's like, okay, well, whatever. And then apparently the story is then she refused to pay, and the husband got involved and said, I thought you were doing this for free in exchange for being on Real Housewives. And he's like, no, I mean, this
I'm
is
famous
then
already.
She came into the studio, according to him, and I don't even know if it's been confirmed that it's Aviva, but he never said her name. But then other housewives in the franchise were like, it wasn't me. Like, don't let anyone think it was me, because then whoever this person was came into the studio, and his salespeople gave her some furniture and a couch for free. Okay. Unbeknownst to him, because that woman said, "Oh no, it's comped. We have a deal. I'm friends with Bobby."
She did.
I think they're now they believe that it's her. I'm not going to say it's for sure her, because other housewives like Dorinda and other people have been like, well, it certainly wasn't me. And then based on like when his studio was around, they went back to where it was only could have been these 6 or 7 women, because this was the time period and these were the only housewives at the time. So it wasn't going to be one before, after. So it was like all the detectives in the world.
Tweeted around that time that she and her husband are a crook. So that's
they also went back to the tweets.
People are doing like the research for this, huh?
The tweet detective work has been out of control. That's been the one industry that I think has really benefited from coronavirus is the Twitter detectives. Yeah.
Those
that go way back.
Oh my God. Wait, so who am I supposed to feel bad for?
Nobody. Maybe.
Who got fucked over?
He got fucked over because he
gave
didn't
all
get paid.
He gave all this free furniture. Okay.
But then, and I think, he never does say the name. And so they think it's her just based on the detective work.
Okay.
Of all of it put together. But
I mean, listen, like
people want free shit and people get free shit.
Exactly. It worked.
And sometimes you're like, and sometimes if you're in a place where a lot of free stuff is coming and you're like, I'll tweet, I'll post or whatever. Yeah. It's always kind of awkward though when sometimes someone would say a housewife said to me, if you want, like I'll tweet about your thing and your show and you'll get a bunch of people there. And I'm like, well, thank you so much. But fortunately, it's already sold out, you know. But I still was like, that was such a nice offer. Yeah. And you're a huge star. Of course, I want your huge starness in my audience. Like, you can come. But, I think maybe originally it was like, for what? I don't know.
Have you ever, I'll just say when I first, because my internet fame came super fast. Like it was at the beginning of Corona, I had 15,000 followers and now I have 300. Like it just like came overnight.
Can you make mine? Mine's growing like a snail.
But I think I'm at a place where it's like, it's calmed down a little bit.
We'll wait till after this show. Yeah.
But at the beginning, like I was like, what can I get? And so I was like drunk and drinking this amazing natural wine that I had like just found. And then my friend had told me to just like message a company being like, love your stuff. And then like, they'll just give it to you. And so I like messaged this winery. I'm like, love your stuff. And then they were just like, thanks. Nothing else. I'm like, okay, I'm never doing that again. And this is the most mortifying thing. Now they just think I love their stuff. Like I'm just reaching out to say I love your stuff. Cool.
So you didn't get
I didn't get the wine.
They didn't come up with a barrel.
Yeah. So now I'm like, I wait for them to, if someone wants to send me something, they can do it, but I can't put myself on the line like that ever again. It was too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing.
I remember one time I said to Ross, I go, what about when someone like wants to give you something so that you'll post about it? And Ross Matthews, and he goes, he was like, honestly, Van Gogh could have like given me, if Van Gogh was here, he could give me a painting and his ear, and I'd be like, too much pressure.
Yeah.
I can't take the pressure because if I post this and not enough people want to buy your painting, then that's going to stress me out. So I'd rather just like not get, that was his philosophy. Like
I'm
not
kind
get
of
involved.
feeling the same way at this point. Like I'm like dabbling in it right now. I'm like, oh, like I'll
stick a toe in.
Yeah. And then it like never feels as good as I want. The water's never quite warm enough. So I'm like, unless they're going to pay me some real money. Yeah. I can't do it. It just feels weird to me. Yeah. So we're learning.
So, okay, so there's been some YouTuber people that are having to really change their lives in this cancel culture.
It's cancer season too.
It's cancer season too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a season.
Yeah, it's season when cancers are born. I'm a Cancer.
Oh, cancer.
Cancer.
I think you meant the actual cancer.
Oh yeah, everyone gets it right now.
But it also is skin cancer time, so wear your sunscreen. Okay. So Jenna Marble, who has been one of the first YouTubers, I don't even know how long ago she
I could
started.
say with confidence, I have never seen that woman in my entire life.
You know what? She doesn't. She looks very different here because whenever you do, this is another thing that I've talked about with my friend Chris Frangiola is when you do the apology video.
Yeah, you have to be stripped down.
But I think there's a level of makeup. Like I think we can go tinted moisturizer, no lashes.
Is she wearing any? I
No,
don't know.
She does not have a speckle.
And she also made herself. I don't know anything about her, but she made
can be
herself
really cute.
into like a Midwestern teenager for this video, so people would feel bad for her. Because like this is the exact outfit that a teenager wear, but she's like in her like gorgeous
this
living
is
room.
a teenager. She's in honors English.
Totally,
junior year.
Totally, 100%.
We
the
kind of
messy
like,
bun.
yeah, we kind of like her, but she's also
kind of
like,
annoying.
yeah, she's kind of a.
Yeah.
She's kind of a snob about it.
Yeah.
Because she is so much smarter than everybody else.
Yeah.
And she's really grossed out because she knows that you're reading the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
And she's clearly read the whole book and understands it.
Yeah.
Does not need Shakespeare interpreted for her.
Totally.
And
she's like, I'm like too busy studying to like go to the dances. Like I don't want to go to the dances.
No, I don't.
Like I'm wearing my hoodie.
But in the end, she gets laid by senior year.
Yeah, I mean,
by like a kind of like a guy that then becomes really wealthy later on in life.
And by the end of the story, she has millions and millions of dollars from filming herself in her home.
Which she does. Yeah. Okay, so this girl, Jenna Marbles, I don't even, when YouTube first started, she was one of those people. So now she's, Kelly, can you look her up? She's probably like 35. Like, I feel like all the, like, forefathers or whatever you'd call it of
she was one of the forefathers
of
America.
Of YouTube. They're all like 35 now.
She's actually 260 years old.
33. She's 33.
Yeah.
So she probably started when she was like 20.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was on it all the time and did these videos that really weren't. I don't really. She wasn't really a stand-up, but I think people just didn't know what else to watch.
That's
or whatever.
the thing with YouTube. It's like you look and you're like, so they're not funny, but they're not. And like, what's happening? Why is this?
I think because kids at the time discovered it, and it was like for them, and it was something like they weren't seeing on TV or anything.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so anyway, she did all these videos. She became huge. I don't know what she's worth. I'm assuming she's worth like probably $10 million today.
That sounds right.
Because she's been on it for so long. Yeah. The last couple of years, Kelly said she's just like cutting cakes and showing you cute things. It's not the funny stuff she used to do. So, of course, the Twitter detectives, the YouTube detectives, found some videos that she did way back when. She did a Nicki Minaj video in which she claims, I used to wear like orangey tanny makeup. So, but she was accused of doing blackface. She said years ago she took that, or maybe not years ago, but she made a bunch private. She went back during this time. She hired, I don't know if she hired people.
Yeah.
There are people now, I was talking to Dr. Drew about it. There are companies that will come in and go through everything. Yeah. And I think it's a smart thing to do. Yeah. If I had a management company and had like 7 or 10 big stars, I'd be like,
yeah, we're gotta get all the stuff out.
So I don't know if she did herself or somebody. So she did a bunch that were private, and then people were like, "Why are you doing that?" Now they're calling her out on the private ones. There was one other one where she did like a rap where she made some line in a rap about, you know, an Asian ding dong dungy doo or whatever, and so she is crying in this. She's apologizing in this. And she's just like, it was never my intention to ever hurt anybody. I guess I have. I know I have. I'm out. She took down the whole thing.
Yeah, she's not
20 million subscribers. You don't think she's done?
Wait, so she...
No, she left her videos up, but not
I thought no, this latest thing. Did you watch this whole thing? Okay,
the article I read was that she was just
it.
leaving.
Okay, I understood. So she's but she's leaving it on there. I thought she like took it all down. So she didn't take it all down.
I think my theory, having again never seen this person in my life,
except in junior high school, when you were in junior high school,
exactly, is that she is going. She's going to leave her page up. Even if she deletes all of her videos. She's gotten the revenue from that already. Yeah. She's going to maybe delete all her videos. She's canceled herself.
Right.
And then she's going to be back in 2 months.
Okay.
3 months.
Beat everybody to it.
Yeah, and it's like she already had, like, her career is already, like, plateaued, it seems like.
Yes.
So it's like, what's a couple of months?
I think it's brilliant. Go for it.
Yeah,
I'll beat
I'll
beat you to it, fuckers.
I know.
You know, like, whatever.
I know. It's like... when you're at that place, like you can really take a break because like momentum isn't there already. You just have your people now forever,
and you have money.
Yeah,
you have so much money.
So much money. So like, go off, Jenna Marbles. Like I mean, I
you
hope
know what
that...
she's gonna come back as
what
Jennifer M.
Jennifer M.
Or whatever her real last name is. She's not gonna be Jenna anymore. She's gonna be like Jen.
Jen M.
Or Jenner or Jennifer.
Jennifer M. Jennifer Marbles. Jennifer Marbles is really funny. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, listen, like I don't believe that she's like learned in her heart of hearts that like she's done anything wrong, but I think the good news is that she won't be doing blackface ever again.
Well, she kind of apologized, but she basically said, I'm apologizing that it appeared that way, but just so you know, she goes, this is me taking off the wig in the video, and when she takes off the wig, it doesn't look like that. It looks like she used like some nice bronzer. Yeah,
but it's not the semantics of like, was it actual makeup
No.
You know, it's like the wig is part of the blackface. Blackface is like, is a term that we use to describe like imagery, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, if the wig is part of it, then that's part of the blackface.
Yeah.
It's not just about makeup.
No, of course.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah, but the wig was like a pink, whatever. Who cares? I'm not defending her. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not. But it was, 12 years ago. 10 years ago?
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's like, but.
And I don't believe.
I don't
believe in like canceling anyone. But I believe in not doing it again. I believe in like learning from your mistakes, and I think that's what's good about what's happening.
But she really is like a self-made person, and so you're right. She canceled herself.
Yeah,
it's not like she lost hosting Good Morning America.
Yeah.
She was just like, you know what?
She was like, I run my own business.
And I don't need this bullshit.
Smart career move for me.
Then the Shawn Dawson, he's been getting a lot of heat lately.
This I will say, I have seen this face, and this is a face that is just not for me.
Okay.
Like, I can't stand looking at this person. I really don't understand how he's famous, because I'm like, I hate you. Like, I just feel like he's so hateable.
So what is so hateable? He's again a huge star. He's apparently
I mean, he looks.
He's supposed to be funny, right?
He looks sick.
Yes.
Like what's going on with that?
Well,
like, no offense, like I mean, like, but it doesn't look like he just like struggles with like acne. It looks like he really is not taking care of his emotional or physical health.
Well, he's very, very popular, so we'll probably get a lot of hate for even talking about him. But hey, again, what they're doing, which I've noticed on a few of his things. One was a podcast thing. Another was a video where he was a guest on someone's show. Is like they're finding things that taken out of the context is pretty horrific. And then, but when you see where it's all about and the position he was put in to like answer a question, then you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know that he'll be like joining Jenna.
I don't need him to personally exist anymore.
Okay.
Like I went on like one night of Spiral on him like years ago, and I was just like
watching his stuff, not hanging out at the club with
watch
him.
it. No, we were never at the club together.
Okay.
But I just was like, I don't think he's good. I don't think he's on the right side.
All right.
Like I got bad vibes from him. Like the soul felt dark to me.
Okay.
And so that's my one impression I have of him. And so I'm gonna say I believe that he should not be here anymore in our lives.
Shawn Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Sorry. See, I don't even know.
Yeah, that's just my
Shane Dawson.
That's just my if we're on a gossip pod, I have no gossip. I only have energetic gossip.
Okay.
And the energetic gossip is that like the energy coming at me right now is dark. It's dark sided.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna ask about some other celebrities. Okay, what do you feel is up with Meghan Markle and Harry? And what do you think is going to happen with them? Now, they're apparently going to make $1 million a speech.
Whoa. Wait.
Like get on the corporate circuit when things come back, and they'll be making $1 million per hour speech.
The whole thing, it's like the capitalism bubble is just bursting, and like it's so confusing because like at the same time it's like go girl make your money, like there's a vibe of go girl make your money, but then there's also like, oh, we know what that comes from now, and like how that affects people, how capitalism is like literally killing people.
Okay.
And so it's just like I'm curious. I have nothing to say, but like I'm so curious to see how all of this manifests. But I mean,
what's your prediction? I do celebrity predictions. I don't know if you do. And it doesn't mean that I want this to happen. It doesn't mean I think that I think it should happen.
Yeah.
It's just what I see happening. And then sometimes it comes true and sometimes it doesn't. I predicted a long time ago that they would buy a house in Pacific Palisades.
And they have done that now.
Well, they were looking at one. I don't know if it's an escrow.
Okay.
I think they thought they were going to be like Joanna and Chuck Gaines.
Yeah.
And have like a huge line at Target. And like Chrissy Teigen was like going to be friends with her for a while till she felt threatened.
Right.
And but then they said, no, we won't. Then the Royals said, you can't have this name.
Right.
So they'll have to call it just like M&H Home and Fun or something.
I think I see that path. I see the
M&H Home Fun.
I just see a path of like corporatizing their fame. I could see her being a housewife.
A real housewife.
A real housewife.
No way.
Like in 10 years.
Maybe in 10 years if it's evolved into something different.
Yeah, but it's like I guess like no one's been at that level. No housewife has ever been at that level.
No.
But maybe if like Sonia was the one married to JP Morgan.
Yes.
Like maybe if that was still a marriage, it would be but nothing's at that level.
Yeah,
like
unless it kind of gets reinvented to a place of like, well, it's not going to be with the Jessica Mulrooney. She had to dump her.
Yeah, and it's like I think everyone just like wants the most amount of fame in our current culture, and it's like there's a reason Meghan Markle is so famous because she wanted to be so famous. Like. You can not be famous. Like, it is a choice. I believe it's a choice.
So do you think, are you from the place of this was like her goal as she sat in her room at 10 years old and was like, I'm going to be the most famous person. I don't know how I'm going to get there. And then she got married to someone and then she got on Suits and then she met Jessica Mulrooney because she was working in Canada and then was like, who do you know that you can set me up with? And she's like, want to come to the Soho House and meet Prince Harry.
They met at Soho House?
Yeah.
Then all of what you're saying,
was like, oh yeah, it's on. Not saying she does not love Prince Harry, not saying they don't have like great chemistry.
You can do both.
But was like, yeah, this is the pinnacle of it. And then I think she thought it was going to be so great and then really realized this isn't that great.
Yeah.
And it is really sad and stressful. And if I'm going to have this kind of stress, I wanted to be doing the things I want to do. And it's not leaning down and giving and accepting flowers from a little kid.
Yeah.
It's like being more who I was,
yeah.
like being more like an Oprah. Like I want to be Oprah. I think she wants to be Oprah.
That's a positive. I like this positive spin. We started from a dark place, but then it's like I think like all.
I don't think she's a bad person.
No, me either. But I do think
she's a good person, but thought she didn't really understand
you don't just
what she
end
was
up
getting
somewhere.
into. Yeah, and I don't think she really got into what it would be like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just like anybody that thinks that they're marrying for money or thinks, oh my God, I'm marrying this guy and he's got this rich family, and then after a few years they're like, oh, you know, I'd like to take stand-up comedy classes.
Yeah.
You know, my mother would never allow that. Just stick with the charity, miss.
Yeah.
I have to go to the country club again. And then they start, fucking the tennis instructor and ruin their life.
Start taking pills.
So rather than doing that, she's like, let me cut to the chase.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be happy doing this.
Yeah.
So what the fuck do you want to do?
Yeah.
Get away from your creepy pedophile uncle. You already aren't getting along with your brother. Let's take our baby.
Yeah.
Let's go live in the Palisades with some young 35-year-old hip cool people that have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Let's wear some Lululemons.
Yeah.
Let's act
You're selling me on Meghan Markle. I'm like, I get it.
And I want to do like some cool charity things, but I want to also inspire people. And I also can cook better than Chrissy Teigen.
Whoa. I can't comment on that. Chrissy's my girl.
Are you guys really good friends?
We DM.
Oh, you DM. So, but has she had the banana bread?
Yeah, she was another main page post.
She is a banana bread queen.
Yeah, and then she always
puts out there like, who wants to meet me on the corner with some old bananas? That's just a screen grab. Yeah.
So she posted my impression.
Yeah.
We DM'd a bit, and then the next day she like either someone made it or I don't know how it happened, but someone made a Time magazine cover with her and banana bread, and she was like, and then we had a thing about that.
That's great.
She seems very. I'm new to the Chrissy Teigen world.
Yes.
But she seems very nice.
I think she's nice. I think she's a delight. I think she's got a cute husband. I think the babies are equally cute. The babies look just like them.
Cute.
I think I'm probably a little jealous.
Yeah, why not?
And
she's got it all.
She's got it all. But I also think she I also feel stressed for her in that she and John Legend are such relationship goals for the world.
Yeah.
Because they're like in love and they're touchy, but they also like are like snarky, make little jokes.
Yeah.
And so every couple's like,
and they both have their own
that's
businesses.
Us.
Yeah,
that's us. So if anything was to ever happen to them, or if she ever wanted to get out, or if John Legend ever just like, she was like, could you shut the fuck up and stop getting on the piano? I'm sick of your singing. Yeah. She won't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
because people love them too much together. It's a lot of pressure when you are America's sweethearts, and I believe that they are.
Yeah, they are the new generation's like America's Sweethearts.
Yeah.
They're as much like Brad and Jen, but they like represent. You see, like we're in a generation where you just see so much more of a couple. So like to us, Brad and Jen, we could project a perfect couple onto them because we didn't know anything.
And then we're like, what? Yeah.
And like now we actually get to see the perfect couple and like the nuances of their interaction.
And making fried chicken together.
Yeah, and it's like I do look at her stories and I'm like, damn, that looks like a nice life.
It's just
I'm like, how are you
overload.
so like famous and working on so many things, but you're always cooking too? Like, it's like, wait, how do you have the time? Like, I don't have the time to cook.
No.
Like, how are you getting all this time?
Right.
And the food looks so good. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're still thin and beautiful.
Yeah.
But
but
I'm
Meghan
happy
Markle,
for them. I really am. No, I'm not. But I think she's great and I think she's a good person. But I do feel like they are that couple that I feel people are too in love with.
Yeah.
And you're putting too much pressure. And if you really love them, you should stop.
Yeah.
Like E-News, stop posting her shit.
Yeah.
And stop hashtagging relationship goals.
Right. Right. For me, it's like I don't look at a straight relationship as relationship goals. Like I could never, like, just
because
like,
you don't want that.
Because I don't want, and like even just my idea of a relationship is so different than like the average straight American.
What is your relationship goal? Relationship?
I honestly I am
being in love but having a side piece, or
not even. I mean, like I just got out of a long-term relationship, and so like I'm in a place right now where I'm like so happy to be single and wanting that for a while, and like I want to be able to like have love affairs, I want to be able to like love someone for a weekend and then that be it, and give myself to someone fully for a night, and then like go live my life and sell some TV shows and be my own thing. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I think like it would be cool to like, I don't know. So
your relationship goals is one night stand, possibly a 3-day weekend.
I think my relationship goals is just like complete freedom, but still like being able to like fully give myself to someone, like, and it not just in like tactile financial or stability terms, but like really be able to like open my heart up to people, and that doesn't even have to be relationships. I think my goals in general is to just be an open-hearted person to the people around me and always be making new friends that I give myself to. And like, even with these impressions, like I've always part of like the like fight that we kept coming back to in my last relationship was that like he wanted me to be his, but I was like, I am the world's. Like I belong to the world. You're
like, this delightfulness has to be shared.
Yeah, and like
why did he have a problem with the world loving you?
Just insecurity, I guess. Like he
didn't like that people were starting to discover you, and he didn't like that
and
you were.
I mean, honestly, it happened. Like I don't know what would have happened.
Do you think your head was getting a little big?
No, it wasn't even that. It would be as simple as like we were at a party and I talked to too many people. Like it was kind of territory. So I mean, God bless them.
Oh, then
wish
you're
them
the
the
car
best.
ride home.
Yeah. It's like I'm not going to apologize for being fun at a party.
No, that's not. You got out.
And like this is the Instagram thing is just like another level of being fun at a party.
Can I say thank God you got out before you got pregnant?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were getting there. I was about to get pregnant.
You were checking your ovulation, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Woo,
no, so that's
that's
where I'm at. I mean, like I wanna make people happy, and I feel like it's like I'm in a couple year period I could foresee if I'm gonna predict the future for myself.
Please do.
Where I just like I think this is the beginning of something, but I'm transitioning it into something else. And like, I'm a filmmaker and writer first and foremost.
Did you study for it? What's your background?
I didn't really study, but I started making films when I was 21, and then that just transitioned into writing for TV, and then the last like 5 years I've been writing for TV shows.
What shows have you written on?
I wrote for all 4 seasons of a show called Search Party.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, and then I wrote for Big Mouth, which is on Netflix, and then I wrote for The Other Two, which is a Comedy Central show. So that's been kind of my last couple years, but it's all been in service to like make my own shit, and it's been really tough to like get over those hurdles of like making my firsts. Like I tried, I spent 4 years developing a show.
Only 4 years?
Only 4 years, yeah. And then that show, the story, my year has been really crazy. I'll do like the 2-minute version.
Please do.
But basically like creatively, I spent the last 4 years working on these 2 projects, a movie I was making with my boyfriend that we had basically just gotten the financing for, and then I broke up with him. So then what happened?
You did that's like what happened with Jen. Why did it have to die? That Jen Aniston and Brad Pitt got everything in Plan B Films.
I don't.
Why don't you
this
just get
movie
everything?
is so. It's so literally about our relationship, and they stay together at the end.
Now,
spoiler.
in wanting to leave, was that also like that was your child basically?
Yeah.
You're like, do I leave this child,
Yeah.
and what the future, and what, but you finally just said no. The bigger picture is more important than this one project.
Yeah, I knew I had to, and so that was on a Sunday. I broke up with him, so that project died, and then on a Tuesday. I'll name them. HBO Max called me to kill my show that I had been working on for 4 years. So like in the course of 2 days.
Oh, you had created a scripted show? Or?
Yeah. That was like my show. Like the depths of my soul went into this show.
Were you going to appear in it as an actor?
Yeah,
as well?
I was gonna direct, write, star, all of it. It was my show. So they killed that. So like in the course of 2 days, like my entire life just fell apart. Like it was like everything that I had planned for just didn't work out. But it sent me into this like amazing space of like giving up control, and like it opened so many more doors for me. Like this shit was crazy. Like the impressions happening, it wouldn't have happened if I was in the relationship.
Right.
Because it was like a total thing of me being like, I am free to like express my creativity in whatever way I want right now.
Right.
And then the world just like accepted it.
And you didn't even do you didn't secret it. You didn't do a vision board.
No, I just
you
was
didn't go
like,
get scissors and you didn't go to Michael's.
No, it was I felt like it was like this slingshot, and like the second like these ties were cut, even with the show, which I think would have been a fucking amazing show.
The HBO one.
Yeah. Like I needed to let go of that, and like it just opened my life up to so many more things.
Just like the classic one door closes and 2 more open.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
really just 1, but I added 2 just to take it up a notch.
It feels like 2 or 3 or 4 are opening right now.
Yeah.
It's like I feel I'm in a huge place of like freedom and expansiveness, and like my creativity is better than it's ever been, and like people are noticing for the first time. So it's like a cool moment, and like I needed to have the last 4 years of thinking my life was going to be something that it wasn't to get here. But I'm like, I'm redoing my apartment. It's a bachelor pad now. Like there's a neon stripper and a panther.
A neon stripper?
There's like a neon, it's like a vintage like 70s downtown LA strip club.
Oh.
And so it's like this 8-foot neon stripper.
You mean a pole?
A pole.
Oh,
it's like a pole with a stripper on it.
Oh, real stripper on it.
Yeah.
A guy or a girl?
Girl.
Oh, good for you.
It's gorgeous. It's honestly like, it's kind of breathtaking. And I got black carpets.
And where
for
is
him.
it? Like in your living room?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Oh my God.
It's really, it's pretty striking. You think it's going to be one thing, and then you're like, oh, once you style it with other stuff,
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm excited about this place.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see
cute.
what you mean.
Yeah, she's cute. It's my bachelor pad.
I love it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Jordan 2.0.
Really. So everybody, you guys, if you're on Instagram, please follow JT Firstman. It's really fun. And I'm sure you'll be sharing more cool stuff and you'll probably never agree to be on the show again. Because you'll be such a big star.
One and only shot.
You'll say, moving on, bitch. Now, are you going to post about this?
Yeah.
That you came on the show?
Yeah, I'll do a repost.
All right,
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
full page.
I don't know if it's. I don't do full page stuff. I'm just letting you know. I don't want to like.
Okay, so
make you have
what's a
expectation.
repost?
It's
then?
It's like
just an Insta story.
a
For
story.
20.
Yeah, a story. We need to build a trust
right.
with each other. You know.
You're right. Okay, good to know. Bye.
Bye. So fun.
I don't care. I like to just put people on the spot, though.
Love it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all of you and your well wishes, and you guys appreciating how much I've continued to do the show during this time. I have a great show on Thursday. I've got great things planned for the rest of the summer. Tell a friend, spread the word. It's the way I keep the show going. Join Patreon. Go to heathermcdonald.net. Leave a 5-star review on iTunes for the podcast. Do your best to make my life happy. Thank you.